surrounding communities and neighborhoods, and most significantly, our proposal provides more than $1 billion of non-gaming benefit to Chicago and the taxpayer. $1 billion of additional benefit. This is no gamble. We're thrilled to share this vision with you today, and to get us started, please welcome my partner, Scott Goodman, the founding principal of Farpoint Development.
Thank you, Reg, and good afternoon, everybody. So, as we were formulating our plan for a casino bid at the McCormick Lakeside building, we kept in mind the mayor's own words, and I quote her when I say the bottom line is to make sure that we are getting revenue as quickly as possible. This entire bid is about taxpayer benefit. The Lakeside bid is unique because it's an adaptive reuse of an existing structure. That means we can deliver a fully functional, fully operating casino and the associated amenities within 12 months of getting approvals. That is a big difference and a big distinguishing factor from all the other bids. The other bids need to think about a temporary casino in order to tide them over until they're ready to go, which is a necessary evil. We don't need a temporary casino. We're going to be able to deliver ours within 12 months. One of the other bidders, in fact, is saying, well, we're going to build a temporary casino, and then we're going to build the first phase of our casino. And if I get a 20% return on that first phase, then I'll do the second phase of our casino. And with our bid, the entire casino will be completely operational 12 months from the time of approvals. That represents at least 2 years of additional full-time casino operations before the competitors would be able to get theirs operating. And the experience of a temporary casino is much different than the experience of a full casino. Not only are the revenues smaller because the casino itself is smaller, but just the level of enjoyment and the level of play is much less. So as Regina mentioned, our bid represents over $1 billion more of tax benefit than any of the other bidders can do. That's part of the reason, and I'm going to introduce David Doig, President of Chicago Neighborhood Initiatives, to explain where that $1 billion comes from. Dave?
Thank you, Scott. So let me be specific, because ultimately this boils down to dollars and cents, and we want to be transparent, we want to be open about what that $1.2 billion of additional benefit represents. And this is why this proposal is the best proposal for the taxpayers of the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. First, we all know, driving by McCormick Place, that the Lakeside building is a outdated, decaying building. It's falling apart. The roof is shot. The glass needs to be replaced. The systems require significant upgrades. In fact, estimates are that there's $400 to $600 million of deferred maintenance in that facility. Very comparable to what you saw yesterday with the Thompson Center. Our proposal allows Rivers McCormick to assume those hundreds of million dollars of really taxpayer liability right now in those deferred maintenance costs, and we will relieve the taxpayer of that obligation. At some point, that's going to need to be redeveloped, and those costs are going to have to be borne by the taxpayers. Secondly, we're proposing a $15 million annual occupancy payment directly from us to the city and to the Metropolitan Pier and Exposition Authority. On a present value basis, that's estimated at $500 million of additional benefit to the city and to the MPEA. As Scott mentioned, rehabbing the existing building allows us not to have to build a new building, saving years in terms of pre-development and site work. We estimate that we can have a casino up and running with its associated revenue within 12 months after approval. That's at least 18 months and probably closer to 2 years earlier than any of the other casino proposals. That will generate $200 million of additional revenue directly for the city of Chicago. Fourth, by utilizing existing hotel rooms, so remember, McCormick Place has 2,900 hotel rooms already there, we will create an additional $20 million a year of benefit to the taxpayers who own McCormick Place. This benefits the taxpayers, not the hotel owners. Fifth, McCormick Place is spending millions of dollars a year in operating expenses, basically losing millions and millions of dollars. In fact, we all have to subsidize that. Redeveloping this building will relieve the taxpayers of that huge operating loss. Sixth, by locating adjacent to the McCormick Place Convention Center, we will generate more revenue from tourists and outside visitors to the city than any of the other proposed sites. And finally, being the furthest south of all the different respondents, we estimate that $200 million a year of revenue from Illinois residents that are now going to Indiana will be redirected back to Chicago. The mayor made this point in her initial comments. We have the best chance of getting revenue from those going to Indiana to come back to Chicago. So finally, in addition to this special taxpayer advantage, Rivers McCormick will deliver more gaming revenue than the Tribune site based on traffic and accessibility. Everybody from Chicago knows how bad traffic is at Halstead and Chicago. Our revenue is at least on par with all the other sites based on our analysis, and the tourism and out-of-town visitorship opportunity is only available to us because of our direct connection to McCormick Place. So again, most importantly, we are the only casino proposer that offers this additional $1.2 billion benefit to the city, its taxpayers, and those from the state of Illinois. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. So Dave spoke a little bit about the economic advantage we have. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about the location. So we all know the Lakeside building. It's iconic. It's been just a fixture of the Chicago lakefront for 40 years or more. Just a beautiful structure, but it's old, it's depreciated. So we want to convert that beautiful structure into a world-class, iconic destination casino. If you would walk into that building today, you would see the bones of just a perfect structure for a casino with its high ceiling heights, its open windows, its views of the skyline, and its views of the lakefront. Next, our bid offers a unique solution to fund the much needed restoration and caused by the deferred maintenance that exists at the building. With our project, the financial liabilities which now fall on MPEA and therefore the taxpayer, we would take responsibility for all those. In fact, the building would take a 180-degree turn financially and take this liability from costing the taxpayers millions into a significant tax revenue machine. And this opportunity presents an unparalleled new experience along the city's lakefront. If you are biking or walking or jogging on the lakefront now and you start at Museum Campus and you head south to 31st Street or vice versa, this area is a void. There's nothing there. We intend to open that up and enliven it and make it full of activity. A big, big differentiator is the infrastructure that's already in place. We're on Lakeshore Drive, as you know. The I-55 ramp is there, connects to all the other major highways. This infrastructure was built for crowds. It was built for venues. It was built for the largest convention center in the Western Hemisphere. No taxpayer liability, no TIF. There's going to be nothing that needs to be done by the taxpayer for the infrastructure of this property. It's uniquely qualified for that. Putting a world-class casino in the Lakeside Center also enhances the attractiveness of McCormick Place as a convention center. When I was young, we used to go to Erie Crown Theater all the time. I saw many concerts there when I was a kid. I saw plays there. We used to go see, I think, the Nutcracker there, you know, and it was just a vibrant place to go. And when you go to Erie Crown, it was a treat. I haven't been there in 12 years, and the last time I was there was for a fundraising event. It's highly underutilized. By putting the casino in the Lakeside Center, not only do we make McCormick Place as a whole a much more attractive destination for conventionaires and other venues and other events, but it will enliven the entire building as an entertainment mecca and a draw for both Chicagoans and tourism alike. If you go to Las Vegas and you look at some of those casinos there, they have convention space, they have entertainment space, experiential things, a lot of food and beverage. That's exactly what we'll have here. In the old days when it was just Chicago, it was just Las Vegas, it was just Orlando, and those were the choices, it was great that maybe we didn't have a casino next door. But the world has changed, and times have changed, and the pandemic has taught us that our convention center is fallible. We need to make our convention center not just the biggest in the world, but the best in the world and the most attractive to the convention, shows, and tourism. And lastly, MPEA owns hotels attached to McCormick Place in the whole McCormick complex. 2,900 rooms currently exist today, and they are underoccupied based on the pandemic, the loss of shows, and other things. Our casino would pump up occupancy 300 nights a week or more, 300 rooms a night or more, and all that revenue doesn't go to a private developer who owns the hotels. It all goes to the MPEA, and guess what? It goes to us, the taxpayer. It's to our benefit. I want to tell you a little bit about our team. So Farpoint Development, Chicago Neighborhood Initiatives, and McLaurin Development are three key members of the GRIT team, which is awarded the RFP for the former Michael Reese site and the Marshalling Yards, which we call Brownsville Lakefront. It's a project that is focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's focused on sustainability. It's focused on social benefit and social outcomes. And that's the same mentality that we'll bring to the development at the Lakeside building. Chicago Neighborhood Initiatives and McLaurin Development and Farpoint, but we combined for decades of experience developing and renewing communities across Chicago from the north side all the way to Englewood and Pullman and beyond. We've been creating jobs and opportunities and improving communities for decades. When we looked for an operating partner, we were instantly drawn to Rush Street. Why? Because they have the exact skills and experience to develop this casino. They've done it before. This is what they do. And they are hometown, and they know our area. They are sensitive to our communities. They are sensitive to all that we are doing. So with that, I want to introduce Neil Bloom, who is chairman and founder of Rush Street Gaming. Neil?
Good afternoon. Rush Street Gaming was born right here in Chicago, as was I. I grew up in Albany Park. Rush Street was founded by Greg Carlin and me, and we're excited to be here today. As part of your due diligence process, we think it's critical for the selection committee to visit each applicant's properties and see with your own eyes what they have built and developed, see how they're operated, and talk to the local elected officials and team members, and see if the local communities are thrilled with the development that they did. Here are some key questions. Who is the most experienced developing new casinos and entertainment facilities as opposed to buying them? Developing is a different skill than buying a casino. This RFP is to develop a $1 billion-plus project. You need a real experienced developer who has developed and operated in major urban and downtown environments like Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Cook County, who has the strongest gaming brand in Chicagoland and invested over $150 million in it over the last decade, who has been able to deliver on developing casinos in challenging economic times, and who has the financial resources to do that, including a conservative balance sheet and ownership of its real estate as opposed to highly levered leasebacks, who has extensive experience operating in high-tax jurisdictions like Chicago, and which project has the highest potential for tourism revenue. Rush Street is the most experienced developer and operator of commercial casinos and entertainment facilities in major metropolitan markets in the United States outside of Las Vegas. Each project we have developed and operated, we developed on time and on budget. Here are some examples of our major projects that were developed by Rush Street. And by the way, the team that developed this is the same team that is here today with Rush Street. We developed the Fallsview Casino Resort for roughly $1 billion almost 20 years ago. It is widely regarded as the best casino resort in Canada and a top tourist destination. We developed the Rivers Casino in Pittsburgh, which dominates the western Pennsylvania market and has been a huge economic driver for the city and region. We rescued this project in 2008, going into the Great Recession, from the original licensee who could not raise the capital to do them, and due to market conditions at that time. So we took over the project and built this highly successful entertainment resort casino. Rivers Des Plaines was awarded to us in November of 2008. I was scared to death at the time. Today it is considered one of the best regional casinos in North America and has generated the highest revenue per gaming position of any commercial casino in the United States for the last decade. Rivers Casino Resort in the capital region of New York is the most successful commercial casino in the state of New York and has remarkably transformed its host community. We built it on an old industrial site on the river that has been abandoned for decades. And Rivers Philadelphia was the catalyst for a phenomenal urban renewal of a local neighborhood near downtown. Another casino license issued at the same time to build something in Philadelphia couldn't get off the ground because of the recession, and they lost their license while we delivered the project for the city. Making flashy promises is easy. Delivering on them is difficult. Good intentions or flash don't generate tax revenue, but on-time, completed, successful casinos and entertainment facilities do just that. These are difficult times. Inflation is increasing at a rapid rate. Construction costs are rising. We don't know what's happening with the pandemic. Chicago needs an experienced developer with a steady hand. This is not the time or project for on-the-job training. Chicago needs an experienced team who has done developments like this, exactly like this, before. The proven Rush Street team, which is the same team that has delivered all of the successful projects I've just discussed, is the safest and best bet to be entrusted with this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Chicago. I would now like to ask Stacy Rowland, Rush Street's Vice President of Regulatory Compliance and Legal Affairs, to talk to you more. Thank you.
Thank you. We are proud of our track record as a catalyst for economic development in all the communities we operate, and encourage you to speak with mayors and city council members in those communities. The president of the Philadelphia City Council, Darrell Clark, said it best, quote, "Since the casino broke ground in 2009, it not only created local construction jobs, but was a springboard to permanent jobs, as well as a catalyst for improvements to the neighborhood and surrounding communities. Rivers ignited an entertainment renaissance," end quote. Similarly, we believe our project will add powerful muscle to the revitalization efforts currently underway in this area of Chicago, from Brownsville Lake to the Obama Presidential Center. That kind of community revitalization starts with creating good careers for local residents. As an employer, we always put our team members first. We have a long history of developing a diverse and local workforce. We are dedicated to career advancements of our employees through training and development and generous scholarship programs. Almost 50% of our team members are people of color, and in Des Plaines and Philadelphia, 60% of our team members are people of color. Through our Rivers Gives program, our team members donate thousands of volunteer hours, and we donate millions of dollars, to the local communities surrounding our casinos each year. We offer an industry-leading 401k plan and health insurance. In fact, last year, when we closed our casino due to COVID, we paid 100% of our team members' health insurance premiums through the entire closure time. In fact, we also paid them a full salary for several weeks at the onset of the closure. And in Des Plaines, we paid each of our team members a special bonus of $1,000 when we had to shut down during the holidays of 2020. We are repeatedly named as a top place to work by major publications in our markets, including being ranked number 6 of 28 of in the large employer category of this year's Chicago Tribune's Top Place to Work survey. We also share the city's commitment to advancing racial equity and justice, and we will invest in promising solutions that empower people and communities, especially those on the South and West Sides. We will establish a casino foundation that will focus its philanthropy on investing in community-driven initiatives that address historical inequities, as well as funding the priorities of our Chicago-based employees. Once we are opened, we are committed to a minimum annual contribution of $2 million towards these efforts. We look forward to working closely with the City of Chicago to continue investing in our community. Now that we've talked about investments in the communities surrounding McCormick Place, let's take a look at the vision for the building itself. We'll start with a word from the late Helmut Jahn, McCormick Place's original architect.
Just like with the state building, I agree that McCormick Place is in bad shape. It's horrible in bad shape. It's the wrong thing to tear that building down, because this building is worth a lot of money. I think the building, just like the state building, needs to be changed, repurposed. There has always to be an intervention, and there has to be something new. I have actually made drawings where the exhibit hall could be still used or could be repurposed. You can make a very attractive place, no? The important thing is not how many square acres of parkland you got. The important thing is that you create something on the lakefront which can be used by the public. That's really the main point.
Good afternoon. I'm Philip Castillo of Jahn Architecture. I couldn't have said it better than Helmut himself. McCormick Place is due for revitalization, and Rivers McCormick is just what it needs. Rivers McCormick elevates the building's strongest design and heritage, creating a powerful moment for reinvention, and will continue to celebrate the global reputation of Chicago's skyline and lakefront. The infrastructure is largely in place, offering ample parking, requiring less disruption than new construction to residential neighborhoods, business districts, and traffic patterns. Working with the existing infrastructure will allow us for speed to market, creating strong momentum while driving revenues to the city and state as quickly as possible. The adaptive reuse of the existing building will drastically reduce the carbon footprint that a new building brings to the environment. Rivers McCormick will demonstrate commitment to sustainability by upgrading Lakeside Center to achieve LEED certification and compliance with the Chicago Sustainable Development Policy. Rush Street Gaming is an ideal partner in this effort. They created the first LEED Gold certified casino in the world. The adaptive reuse of this building and our sustainability efforts go hand in hand with our investment into parkland along the lakefront. To share more about the ways we'll revitalize this section of the lakefront, please welcome back Regina.
Thank you, Phil. In Helmut Jan's own words, the building needs to be reimagined. We couldn't agree more. Imagine McCormick Place becoming a favorite destination for all Chicagoans, not just a building that we drive by. Chicago has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to bring long-needed new energy to this segment of the lakefront. As the only proposal located on the lake, Rivers McCormick will connect Chicagoans and out-of-town visitors at one location to enjoy the splendor of the lake and the beauty of our city. Imagine driving down DeSable Lakeshore Drive, or riding or jogging or biking or boating on the lakefront and stopping into one of Rivers McCormick's multiple new indoor or outdoor restaurants for a taste of Chicago. You can now grab a cup of coffee, you can have lunch with friends, grab a glass of wine, gamble, maybe listen to music at the Erie Crown Theater. No other proposal offers this variety under one roof. Imagine what nearly 10 new acres of parkland and open space can do to enhance the visitor's experience along the lakefront. Rivers McCormick will be a destination for everyone. Rivers McCormick will connect and extend access to multiple Chicago neighborhoods and other lakefront attractions, including Navy Pier, the museum campus, and the future Obama Presidential Center. By helping to bridge the gap between North and South, Rivers McCormick can be a destination that amplifies what a multicultural and diverse destination McCormick Place can be for all Chicagoans. Bridging communities is what this project is all about. To share more about our efforts around diversity, equity, and inclusion, please welcome Zeb McLaren.
Thank you, Regina. Hi, everyone. I'm Zeb McLaurin from McLaurin Development Partners. I built my business here in Chicago neighborhoods with national institutions and by helping local and minority-owned businesses grow and prosper. And I can tell you unequivocally that the Rivers McCormick team is taking an unprecedented step and to guarantee diverse representation throughout all aspects of this project, evidenced by our team here in front of you today. No window dressing. Our proposal and our track record is organic to our projects, irrespective of the audience, and not in preparation for a specific opportunity. We've established this track record because we believe in diversity, and it's the right thing to do, not because it's required via an RFP. We'll create thousands of jobs, promote workforce development and job training, increase economic impact, and bring real growth to all of Chicago, including Bronzeville and the broader South Side. Our site, being the farthest south located, is the best position to have the greatest positive impact on surrounding communities that need and should benefit most. Project commits to 30% MBE and 10% WB participation, 40% total, plus the 25% minority ownership in the casino operations itself, and a very aggressive supplier diversity program helping local businesses scale. River McCormick is a rare chance to share public benefit across all Chicago in ways that bring strong opportunities for wealth creation, bridging the wealth gap, and advancing equity and community-driven investment. Rush Street Gaming has already created tremendous wealth for minority investors, changing the lives of dozens of Illinoisans, a unique distinction of which Neil and the Bloom family are very proud. At Rivers McCormick, many more minority investors will realize a greater return sooner than any other option. You'll notice from the slide about our restaurant partners, many of whom are local, neighborhood, community-based entrepreneurs. We will help expose their talents to the world by giving our location nestled along the lakefront. And one example is Chef Carlos Gayton, who's coming up behind me. Chef Carlos is the first Michelin star Mexican chef in the city of Chicago, one of many examples of how we will leverage our homegrown talent.
Thank you, Seth, for the introduction. Buenas tardes a todos. It's my pleasure to be here and lend support and be among the many minority investors of the Rivers McCormick proposal. We are honored to be at such a great company. Rivers McCormick, we have a minimum 12 new restaurants and bar experience to Chicago entertainment scene. This area is cover at least 50,000 square feet, and they see roughly 1,500 people at the same time. The collective culinary experience, authenticity, and diversity of our restaurants partners are key differentiators in our group. Echoing the values of the project, we offer something for every palate, dietary, and budget. Additionally, we are committed to reducing our environmental impact, supporting local suppliers, and crafting quality and pricey meals for our guests. We can't wait to bring this vision to life. We will need another 45 minutes to talk about all the exciting culinary concepts that we have in storage for Rivers McCormick. I look forward to expanding further vision and these days ahead. Chicago has done great things for me, my family, and the careers of our team members. We cannot wait to see this city continue to flourish. On behalf of the Rivers McCormick Restaurants partners, we are committed to expanding our boundaries and pushing our creativity limits to offer the best entertainment culinary experience right here at Rivers McCormick. And now to share what this project can mean for the future of the Chicagoans, please welcome Kimberly Moore.
Good afternoon, I am Kimberly Moore. Thank you. Founder and president of KDM Engineering. We're based here in Chicago, and our firm is a part of the design build team. What an opportunity we have here to reimagine what Rivers McCormick would bring to the lakefront. The energy, the excitement, it's something that I can just get behind. I can't wait to see it. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, a product of Chicago Public Schools, go Whitney Young, and I can tell you that something like this has never existed before. Now we have the chance to extend the city's hub of action from Rivers McCormick to Bronzeville Lakefront and to the future President Obama Center. That is something that I think we all should get behind. I was one of the first few black women to graduate from NIU with an electrical engineering degree, and now I work with young people in underrepresented neighborhoods to connect them to the possibilities of engineering. When I think about the future of Chicago and the families on the south side, I want them to see that these investments are being made in their backyard. I want them to see what it's like to reimagine an existing building. It's being transformed into something spectacular, and it's being done by people in their communities. I'm excited about what this will mean for Bronzeville, for the south side of Chicago, and for all of Chicago. Scott?
Thank you, Kim. So as I hope you can tell, this is personal for us. We are from Chicago, we are for Chicago, and we are with Chicago. Our bid provides the most economic benefit, $1.2 billion more than the other bids in economic impact. Our location and the project we'll create is the most logical choice and will have the most impact on the entire Chicago economy. With our bid, you get an experienced team who is committed to Chicago, committed to helping communities, committed to creating jobs, committed to diversity in all aspects of the project, and who will execute fully on this plan. We so appreciate your attention and time, and we'll leave you with a small video that'll give you a glimpse of what it looks like to fulfill the promise of Chicago. Thanks so much.
Come with us to Rivers Chicago McCormick. A new spark helping ignite a resurgence of heart and soul, good times, and jobs and opportunity, lifting up our community and our now flourishing McCormick Lakefront. Come with us to the new heartbeat of Chicago. Rivers Chicago McCormick, delivering on the promise of Chicago.
That was the Rivers McCormick group, and right on time, I might say. So we're going to let you know that while our groups are transitioning, there are bathrooms here. Also, if you are interested in some Q&A that we'll have an opportunity to do, there are cards on your desks. You can fill those out, please, and place them in a basket over there to your right, where they will be collected. And later this afternoon, we will have a Q&A portion of the program, and your questions can be addressed at that time. So in the meantime, bathrooms there, you can get some water. It'll be just a few moments, and our next presentation will be getting underway. So we'll be getting back to you then. Thank you so much.